It's Ray Give TV.
In the block TV.
Let's get right to it.
Well, here go the
Nah,
thing.
you gone now, nigga. WACK'S in the room.
Here go the
Bruh,
thing,
it's
right?
called
What you
capital.
say?
It's called
wait,
capital
hold on,
contribution.
wait. Let Mr. go real quick, and then you got it, OG.
Yo,
Mr.
let me tell you,
because Mr. Law Enforcement, so he knows.
so let me tell you some things that
Law enforcement. What law enforcement got to do with some taxes?
No, we talking about Diddy case.
talk about the case, brother Wack.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's get back to that.
Yeah, so every time I hear
This
98,
nigga just come in the room and he controlling the stage already. God
I
damn.
ain't controlling God.
Yeah, you just got here.
TC just want to
everybody
argue,
talks
bro.
about
Come on,
that
man. Come on, bro.
90.
Come on, you just want. Come on, bro.
Hey, bro,
They talk
listen,
about
bro.
that
Hey, look, wait, hold on,
98%.
Lou. Hold on. Hey, look, bro. Respectfully, bro. Like, that's a bunch of people I don't know, baby. You feel whatever way, but that's cool. But nigga, don't do that, cause that make you look like a little boy, bro.
Yeah,
This
I don't
new room, we
listen.
gonna run this room.
Listen, Wack.
You
Listen,
always
you're
come
taking
off
it.
your
You're taking
mic
it
and
to
I
another
still
level,
don't know who
bro.
you are.
That's fine. You don't need to know who I am.
Yeah, but why you
It's not
always
that
come
serious.
off your mic speaking to me and I don't know
Because
you,
this is
bro?
an open room. I don't have to ask permission to speak.
No, but you like on some whatever I do, you got something to say.
I never
I'ma
talked to
hit
you
you with
before. What
some
are you
raw
talking about,
facts.
bro? You know
I'ma hit
different
you
than
with some
anybody
raw
else on the
facts, little
stage.
nigga. I'ma beat my chest. You ain't me, little nigga. Now, that's
Yo,
why.
somebody come get
That's
this nigga.
why.
Go ahead,
You the
mister.
one
It's on
came
you.
off the mic, nigga, like, yo, you ain't me, nigga. Now, that's what it is. Now I'ma mute up and let the brother man do his thing.
Thank you, brother Wack, brother TC. Some great points being made for the last few hours, but let me tell you some things how it really works. Um, we always talk about the 98% conviction rate of the feds. Yes, but we all know that that's police, right? So, now the conviction rate of them going against somebody with a cachet of money changes when they take it to trial. He already declined the first two, right? It's very difficult to prove racketeering, sex
Hey, I'm gonna
trafficking.
put that on the shirt. You ain't me, nigga.
That's a fact.
I ain't
Y'all
gonna
niggas
lie.
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I like that one myself, Wack. That was kind of good. I might have to steal that one.
Yeah, that's a new shirt in IGB, huh? You ain't me. Damn, TC. But so that's another thing that we got to make sure we understand that too, that piece.
Yo,
Now,
damn, TC is crazy, bro. Just keep it
Let's get
rolling, bro.
right to it.
Well, you
my
know the
fault, bro.
craziest
My
part,
fault.
right, is I
It's
know you watching
good.
it. They still ain't. We ain't seen no Rico. You talking about some domestic? He ain't on trial for domestic violence. I'm waiting for the Rico shit.
Absolutely. So
They ain't doing a good job
yeah,
at it.
the RICO, the racketeering, the sex trafficking, all that's going to be very difficult to prove in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be very difficult to prove because in the first 3 days already, we're seeing that you don't have a credible witness. You're seeing that the regular witness list already changed 5 to 6 times. All right, so it's going to be very difficult for the prosecution to get someone to agree to these terms that they already put down on there. And I'm not saying he's good. I'm not on his side. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm just telling you how it works. And 98% of the time, when the feds and the task force come to your door, they come with, you know, 20, 30, 40,000 pages of paperwork of gray area. And if you don't have the type legal counsel to understand most of that gray area is bullshit, that's why the conviction rate is so high. Not because they have a great case. And in this case right here, they don't have a great case on paper. And him being a freak, him being immoral, him being
Ain't got nothing
disgusting,
to do with nothing.
That ain't a
has nothing to
Rico.
do with nothing. So right now, he's definitely coming home, folks. I'm just telling you that right now.
That's a
I
fact,
said
man.
that
Let me
from the
put it
That's
gate.
a
this
I
way.
said
He
I
fact.
don't
said
know
this
if
on
they
the
I'm the
was
one
gate.
that
Wack,
messing
said
with
it
He
him.
said
Wack,
this
Wack.
on
first.
the
All right,
gate.
Wack. Let me ask you a question.
I said I didn't know. I said that from the gate, Lou. I said, bro, I
Bro, I
don't know
said
if
it
I
before
think
you
they
did,
charged
Wack.
him wrong. I said I think they charged him wrong. I can't. I mean, bro, like everything they talking about is okay. He filled a bathtub full of this. Okay, cool. But what the got to do with where the Rico at? Where's that at? You know what I'm saying? Cassie, she's a character witness. I don't even believe her assault is even part of his charge. She's a character witness. You know what I mean? So, and they ain't cross-examined her ass yet. Best believe they got some shit. It's gonna be another side to it. But I'm with the brother, man. As of right now,
It's Ray Give TV.
In the
I
block.
think they should have kept this shit in the state.
Hey, wait, let me ask you a
accomplice.
question. So far as because I seen the case they were talking about, she was I guess they was paying prostitutes, and the prostitute said that Cassie is the one that was offering to get pissed on and shit. And people are trying to say that that's Diddy fault and he coerced her to get pissed on. Like,
Nah,
how you
here
feel
go
about
the
that?
thing, Lou. This what we dealing with. This real shit. And fellas, this shit getting dangerous. You dealing with a situation to where it was all cool. Everything was cool, and this is what we doing. And now that she want to go the other way, woe is me. He made me do it on some real shit. So niggas that be floating and floating, watch your hand, bro, because just as fast as it's cool, 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 soon as they want to go the other way and play victim, this is what you get.
And
Now,
that's
sex workers is gonna start saying Cassie was calling us herself. It's been times when Cassie called us and Diddy wasn't even there. Remember I told you that.
Oh
that's why I
shit!
asked the question: is she going to be an accomplice? Because it just doesn't seem right being a Rico and he's the only one charged. Like
She
something's going to
sound like,
happen,
hey, I
and I
ain't gonna
think
lie,
the
it sound
Bro,
like
you
she a bad
cannot
one. What?
say well, you can't say well Diddy taught her. No, listen. Nigga, if I taught you how to rob a bank in 1991 and nigga, you go rob a bank on your own, nigga, 6 months later, you can't put that one on me.
But
That's what you
So
wanted to
two
do.
things. An accomplice.
that same escort also did say that he
Let's
feared
get
for his
right
life
to
and
it.
that he feared for Cassie's life. So there's also corroborating testimony that talks about the fear that was based in there. There's the car that blew up. There's all the times he went to get her. So that level of coercion is in the first sentence of what human trafficking
The car
entails.
that blew up, that's
Also
Kid Cudi
accomplice.
car, right? To my Kid Cudi car.
Yeah.
So
Unless
being
they, respectfully, unless they had a nigga that detonated that car, that's
Oh yeah,
all
that's true.
hearsay.
That's true.
so again, you
Let's
can't
Straight
be
get
a
up, I'm
right
gonna be
to it.
real.
you
Unless you got the nigga that come to the table that blew that up, we can say I got paid by this dude who said Diddy wanted me to do it. It's all hearsay.
so you can't so two things about consent, right? Or three things, right? So you can't be an accomplice to something if you're not consenting. Oftentimes consent was invalidated with the presence of drugs and alcohol, and also consent can be revoked and removed at any point in time. Just because I gave you consent today doesn't mean I give you consent tomorrow. So like those are the three main important parts to think about here. You can't be an accomplice to something if you did not consent to this thing. And
Well, what if she
oftentimes
ordered her
that's
own drugs and alcohol and her own sex workers when this nigga was in the air flying to Europe?
so again, it is a known thing that Diddy oftentimes removed himself, and this is what happens. People remove themselves so that they won't be deemed as the person who did the thing, right? So
Huh?
if he told Cat, so here's where the defense comes in, because you don't think that Diddy thought about the fact that if I tell Cassie to do it, I won't be in trouble because I didn't
Definitely
say
not.
that. That is not a thing, right?
Okay,
That
now I'm gonna tell you why what I'm leading up to. I
okay,
want you to follow me.
okay.
Remember I told you this. Watch the spin. So you telling me you didn't order the sex workers and the drugs on your own when Diddy wasn't around? You telling me these people are lying? Well, fuck it. Did you go fuck your trainer that Diddy hired for you to train you when he wasn't around? See, this where it's gonna lead to. Did Diddy know you was fucking your trainer? This
But
is the
women,
reason why you
that's
separation,
but
right?
here's where it's
You
weird,
Lou,
right?
you see where
Nah,
I'm
I'm
going?
low on
Here's
that.
where it's weird, right? Because women are allowed to
Mhm.
have sex, right? Like y'all doing this thing
No,
where y'all are trying to make women who
It
have
sounds like you
sex.
commingling something right
yeah,
now,
what
ain't
you
it?
mean? I'm telling like,
You
listen, see what I'm
commingling some
saying
shit,
is
Jordan.
she went and on her own free
No,
will fucked her trainer behind his back.
y'all are trying to
But that's
y'all are
not the
trying to
allegations
that
of the
has nothing
So
crime.
to
what I'm
do
saying is
that
it's
has
gonna go
nothing to
like
do with it, and I
The
don't
like
trainer
care.
she's
probably
up
got something
there
to
to
do with it
show his
too, though.
So
character.
here's
They can use
so
that to show her
here's
character.
but her having sex with someone is
What if
not
the
a
trainer
show of
was in on it the
character.
whole time, like
Now
to try
again,
to get
You
No,
know,
listen, her ordering drugs and the sex worker to come have a freak off when he ain't around. That's her.
Bingo.
Like you doing the same
But
shit he
that's
do.
it's a little bit
No,
different
that's
because
not how that
she
works.
wasn't able to control his staff. The other piece is like,
Huh?
yeah, because of the way that the
If
racketeering piece.
she says I'm flying you out from Vegas, and then calls the dope man that's from Woodland Hills, bring us this powder over here to Beverly Hills, and sends the car to get the motherfucking the stripper nigga she flew out from Vegas. The dope shows up, lights, camera, action. What is the difference?
So
But
there's a couple of pieces that are
Wow.
different. So the first is that there isn't the element of coercion in this, so there wouldn't be a sex trafficking
No, that's
charge.
sex
You
trafficking. Whenever you fly
no
somebody
no.
in for the reason to have sex, that the man Act of 1910,
Paid
whether
sex,
male or
Wax. Paid
female,
sex. You got to remember it's paid sex, not
But
just
there's
whether
sex.
it's
there's
male or female, it's still sex trafficking. So you
so
can't say when
no.
Diddy fly a motherfucker in and had a dope there, he in violation. But when she fly a motherfucker in and
Okay.
had a dope there, she ain't in
So
violation. You can't
so
say that.
the sex trafficking allegation is under the TVPA. The Mann Act piece that you're talking about is the transporting prostitutes with the intent to engage in a commercial sex act.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So she, like, with the situation that you laid out, sure,
hmm
she if they wanted to
That's all I'm
bring
saying.
a federal charge against her for
You know
that.
how I know? Because she lived around the corner from us. You know how I know? Because she ran to our motherfucking house many a nights. Blitzed out her fucking mind. So what I'm saying is,
Oh
it's
God.
going to come
When you
out
say blitz, what
that
you mean by blitz?
she's as
Hold on,
just
Wax.
as,
What you mean by
there ain't
blitz?
no come on, it's what it is. She's
Wait,
just
Wax.
as
What does
guilty,
blitz means? What that
nigga,
mean?
niggas, high as a motherfucker.
What?
She's just as guilty, right, of this shit, of ordering, sending for, and paying without his presence as he is.
So that's
Just like
actually,
the
That's a
brother
Wack, I
did.
fact.
hear what you're
but
That's a
saying,
his
but
fact.
that's
presence isn't
not.
So was
important
she
if it's
paying
So
with
that's
the
connected.
not
funds?
actually like. So
So
when
you
we
said she
Hell
was a
yeah, she
freaky.
paid him.
So you
it's
said
kind
she
of
was a
like a
freaky
It's
crackhead.
hierarchy,
So
been
she was
and
a
times where
freaky
Diddy didn't
at
crackhead.
even
the top,
know.
at the
So was
top,
she paying
the
with the funds
Wait,
that
so
racketeering
was
he?
she a
and the
freaky
other charges
crackhead?
support the racketeering
Hold
charge.
on, now hold on. Now, why? Let me be real with you. If I go give R&B $10,000, right? Here, baby, this is for you, right? That's her motherfucking money. You can't say, well, she only had it to pay because you gave it to her. I gave her personal money. If you choose because you got an itch to spend that on that, you violating just like I'm violating when I spend my motherfucking money.
But we're talking about Cassie paying funds with funds that she was due to being an employee. Whack, an
It doesn't
employee.
matter if she
Wait.
paid.
So we're talking about
No,
two separate things. The piece.
If she
So
paid.
if you're talking about her engaging in these activities without Diddy, that's a different conversation because
That's what we talking
Yeah, that's what
about,
I'm talking about.
mama.
it
Right
doesn't
there.
go to the
also,
racketeering piece. So like
Exactly.
No,
the
That's
but
the
it
so
goes
point.
to
the
her
whole
credibility of saying
it does it
he's
doesn't
this, he's
really.
that. You doing the same shit.
No,
so
That's
it
the
that
doesn't
point. That's
really
the entire
because
point. There's no
Yeah,
it
but
racketeering.
doesn't.
You
So
wait
can't
a
his
claim that there's
oh
racketeering when she was
You're
so
not.
using her personal
But
so
funds
his
to
There go that
pay
good
for
talk.
the
There
okay,
you
sex
go.
no, that's
workers that
not
was
true.
engaging in the
his
activity
But if
presence
in the
her
first
There you
personal
place.
go.
There
funds,
is no
There you
where
racketeering.
go.
was
if
the
her personal
activity
There
funds
you
came
go.
from
One
his,
mic. Hold on. Oh,
so
wait,
y'all
wait,
just
wait,
gonna
wait.
talk
TC,
over
say that
us
again.
because it's
TC, say
a
that again.
There
why does
is no
TC get to talk over him? Why
racketeering
can't
because
at
she
least
was using her own funds to pay for the sex act she
that
alleged to be the
does
victim of.
not
funds
So
came
there's
stop
from
her as a
being
no
an
victim.
employee.
We got premium content. Be sure to like the video. Go ahead and share the video. Keep that notification bell turned on. I will deliver 24/7 around the clock. You already know. But until next time, it's your boy Ray Given. I'm gone. God bless. Peace.